also like to rope in Major Shah at this point. You know, France, as I said before, is once again up in flames. You know, there are visuals of what is taking place in France on the screens. Firefighters are out there trying to mitigate the situation and the flames. Cars are being burnt at this point of time. Fire trucks have been deployed. So it is a rather tense situation at this point of time in France. But this is not the first time that we see the capital of France up in flames. They had protests a few months back also. It is obviously indicative of the nature of the French people to go out in the streets and protest again and again. But this time the police is also cracking down, and it has responded with tear gas and dispersion grenades. What is your reaction to all that is taking place in France at this point?
Oh, it's a crazy scene out there. It is, fires being lit, a car being set on fire, light, destroying buses, bus stops, throwing firecrackers towards police who respond to tear gas ultimately. Of course, that's a different thing. To disperse a grenade. Now, as my friend Sandeep Srivastava rightly pointed out, yes, it was a 17-year-old teenage boy. He broke some signals, and it was yes, it's a serious issue. I mean, you should not break traffic signals, no doubt. But that doesn't mean that just because you have a gun in your hand, you go around on a firing spree. There was a video which was circulated on social media, which was later on authenticated by the French news agency, AFP, which showed two policemen coming towards, stopping the vehicle, and one pointing his weapon at the driver through the window and firing at very close range. When the youth apparently did not stop, he continued to drive the car. The car ultimately went and crashed. The car, before crashing, this happened. So now when this happens, I want to ask them one thing. Had it been a Frenchman, he's from a different nationality, not from France. Had it been a Frenchman, would they have done the same thing? It is something which is the human rights activists. I'm surprised they have not really activated themselves as yet. Those protests have broken out, but it is a matter of grave concern that a police, just because you have a weapon, that doesn't mean you have a license to kill anyone, be it a Frenchman, be it a black, be it an Indian, be it from any other nationality. No, it is not done. I have served in the army. We've had weapons all over. We've served in the most difficult terrains. The Armed Forces Special Power Act was there, imposed. But we maintain constraint. And here, for a reason for breaking traffic rules, it also shows how ineffective the police is. If the person was breaking traffic rules, if you are unable to intercept him by passing it on a radio set, you're a terrorist at the end of the day. They could suspect him to be a terrorist for anything because he's breaking traffic rules, he's not stopping. Suspect is different, and proven and being guilty is different completely. So I do not really stand by this, and I feel very bad. My heartfelt condolence to the bereaved families who've lost a young teenage boy, in fact, a rented car. It's so what if it was a rented car? So, the police over there, once again, they have to do a self-introspection. And as Sandeep Srivastava said, it's been very common practice in France over there. It is really, otherwise, I was planning to go to France very, very soon, in a few days' time, and I was learning a few words like bonjour, comment allez-vous, and I feel disheartened now. I actually feel disheartened by going there, and and this is the kind of, if this is what is going to happen for, it could be, this person could have been drunk, all you never know. He could have been high on drugs. He could have been, I'm not saying he was. I'm just saying it could be anything. He could have lost his mental imbalance. That doesn't mean you go and shoot the guy on close range. And it's something I totally rebuke, in fact, completely, Pia.
Indeed.